that nigga done turned into a bathroom stall. I don't know if he's trying. You know what? Maybe it's to help him blend in. I don't know. That nigga already had face tattoos. That nigga went to jail and came out with more face tattoos. I'm just saying. So anyway, let's go ahead and roll through some of this footage real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. Shout out to this content creator. Shout out to Jim Jones. Shout out to Mike Epps. Shout out to Blueface and all this and all that. And all right, man, let's go.
Stand out and level it up.
Those are the wrong journeys to celebrate, young man. There's no reward for coming home after 30 years. You don't get a care package. You're a failure. Get out here and help these kids. Pay that back for us. You see what I'm saying? That's the reward.
That's the OG's perspective. But Blueface, oh, he wasn't letting that.
Yo, the irony of him telling Jim Jones that shit. Jim Jones is still. From what I heard, niggas that came out to say that Jim not even a real blood, man. That shit is crazy, blood. I'm just saying. No, I knew I bought a second box of cones, but let's hear from Blueface.
My man hopped online like, hold up. When somebody...
Let's just take a moment and just take a really good look at Blueface. My nigga, like, what's going on? Nigga, what's wrong? What's wrong? God damn, bro. I don't even like to say, I don't like to subscribe to the concept of wrong messenger. Because you have to, like, really have low credibility to be the wrong messenger. Like, for that defense to actually work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that defense only works if, like, you violated me in the past and now you're coming to tell me about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes more sense. But I'm just saying, yo, Blueface, bro, that shit look crazy, bro. This shit gotta stop. Like this gotta stop with this generation. Because what Mike Epps is speaking to, and this is something I know that goes on, right? It goes on in hip hop and it goes on with black folks in general. And this is one of the reasons why niggas hate Drake. Niggas hated Drake because Drake was moving music forward and he was killing off all of the previous shit, all of the basically it was survival of the fittest. So let's say if you are a Slaughterhouse, you are a Mickey Fax at that time. Because when nigga like Drake comes through, he's changing the standard of what a hot record is, what a dope record is. Niggas like Lil Baby, The Baby, Future, all these people, when they put music out, despite how you feel about it, they're changing the standard for what a dope record is. And you can still be dope, right? But what Drake was doing, first of all, niggas been harmonizing and niggas been singing. Ja Rule anyone, 50 Cent anyone. But what it was that Drake was moving music forward to the next era. And niggas always resist that. And we resist that in general. Even with the conversation about quote unquote tricking. All right, a man who's able to pay, obviously it's a rich man's game. Obviously it's an older man's game. It's not really a young nigga's game. It's not really a broke nigga's game. Right? But the thing is this. Do you want to be attracted to one group of people or do you want to be attracted to all groups of women? Because you got to realize that black men don't realize that, bro, we don't have the best reputation with other groups of women. So, like, for the most part, we've seen that black men can get women from all kinds of races, but we don't look at why does Brad have a worldwide coochie credit card wherever he go. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he can do absolutely nothing, but nigga, if she brown or black, Brad don't gotta do shit. You understand? But why is that? Because he's built up his image. Now, of course, this is from thousands of years of, doing, all types of shenanigans, colonize this, colonize that. You get it. You understand it. Hold on a second, man.
Get up.
Oh,
Get up and get out of them relationships.
My soundboard not loud at all.
Get up. Get up and get out of them relationships.
Thank goodness you've had your
We're
surgery.
good to go.
All right, hold on. One time.
You don't even do nothing. What the?
Niggas always stand in the way of progress. It's like, yo, you got to ask yourself, how do we move to the next step when it comes to our image, right? And the thing is, there's gangsters everywhere, there's gang members everywhere, but even the gangsters are starting to say, let's move a little better. Let's kind of take these numbers we have, the organization that we have so far, right? And the talent and the manpower that we have paused within our organization, within our group, and let's get some money on a long-term basis. Because the thing about this street shit is, as long as I'm doing illegal stuff, everything will be short-term. And they know that everything is for a short term. But the benefit for, I would imagine for street niggas is that it allows another group or person to become prominent in that area or whatever it is, because niggas is always dying and going to jail, right? Because they're not doing smart business and long-term business and whatnot. Because and a lot of it is also, it's like, well, sorry, at that point you might as well have an actual business, because because most of the time the nigga at the top is making money one way or the other, whether they robbing, they stealing, or they selling something. And Crips is, from what I understand, Crips is good for that, right? So anywho, we gonna let Blueface make this terrible point, and it was a terrible point, terrible bar. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Go ahead, Blueface.
Come home, it's a W by itself. You don't know what they've been through. Show love, don't hate. The man basically said, don't rain on nobody's welcome home parade.
Okay, my guess. I ain't gonna lie, when I seen that video saying that,
What about the tourist?
I knew it was gonna be taken wrong. Just because people are living a certain lifestyle, and
It's not working.
I would be equivalent to somebody coming out and saying you shouldn't celebrate somebody who's on stage telling jokes. They should go to school. They should go to school and go to college and be bigger and better. We shouldn't celebrate nobody on stage telling jokes. That's clown shit, no? I could be misconstrued as well, so I think you went left, people's lifestyles, you can't really speak on people's lifestyles, man. Anybody coming home, you did things the right way, kept it solid, should definitely be celebrated. If you can get on stage and tell jokes, no one man has enough power to.
God damn, what is all this stuff on his face? It's like it's so confusing. Does he have a stack? Is that a stack of like casino chips on his chin? He got a chin tattoo. God damn.
Speak on other lifestyles, however people living, if they keeping it solid to that, I think you should just stay in your place, brother. You shouldn't even speak on that type of lifestyle because you're not living that type of lifestyle. So, like I said, the best way for me to help you understand is I'm coming out and saying, yo, I don't think we should celebrate comedians. Like, they just tell jokes all day. They're very uneducated. They're very class clowns. They've been a problem in school, so you shouldn't celebrate them because they're funny. You'll be offended by that, right? So
no, nigga, no. That was the worst analogy of all time. Where's Guinness? Call the Guinness folks right now. Marjorie, my sister named Marjorie. Marjorie, call the Guinness folks right now for the worst analogy of the goddamn century. Yo, let me tell you something. This nigga needs to go play the lottery right now. This is the luckiest nigga alive. Cause you can only be this stupid. I'm sorry, no disrespect to you or your family and the gang that you're a part of and all that. I know how y'all niggas is, bro. Only an idiot could conflate these many things. First and foremost, the point is that you don't go to jail for being a hero. You guys are not political heroes. Okay, it's not a political crime where you were protesting and they locked you up for protesting, or you've been working against the powers that be in this country and they put some false charges on you. That's not what happened, nigga. You was out here doing violent crimes. Yo, this nigga is a whole game banger. What was really going on was you hearing his mother come through him. You're hearing the women come out of him. Because what he's saying is, and a lot of street niggas do this shit, a lot of hood niggas do this shit, where they internalize things. If you feel as though your culture and the gang shit is cool and it's positive, there's nothing to talk about. You could just say, hey, listen, I don't see nothing wrong with it, right? Or I don't see anything wrong with this kind of lifestyle. And if you didn't see anything wrong with it, you would have just ignored that post. But you internalized it because you know that he's right. And also, you just came home from jail, right? And at the end of the day, young people don't have a will yet. It takes a long time to get your own will to want to do things. Even to want to run your own life. That takes a while. That takes you until you're 18, your late teens to your early 20s to start having a plan for your life and being able to self-direct, being able to self-correct, just all that different shit, right? So when they see people like Blueface, you got to realize there's young niggas in the hood who might be on that line. They might be towing the line of being in the street or being around certain kind of people. And then when they set 16, 17, 18, they may not take jail as serious. They may think that, all right, well, shit, I can go sit down for a year. They don't know that Blueface got good lawyers. That Blueface got money. I don't know how Blueface got money, but Blueface got money. Okay, that nigga he gave an old bitch $5,000. Like, who he gave Hazel Lee? Hazel, you don't get a woman that's 45 years old, 5 racks. There's more to it than that. Give her 5 bands just for existing. It's crazy. I don't care what she doing. I don't think it's ever a good reason to be giving a woman that's 45 years old 5 bands. Now again, it's something different if you trying to stay in the country and all that, and you got married to Hazel Lee to for like citizenship, you know what I mean, or she was donating a kidney, right, or I don't know, she was selling you a watch, but you just giving her 5 bands is crazy. So Blueface do got money, but like I said before, these niggas, like, the deeper they are in the street, the more, to me, honestly, because you only want to be in situations because you have no long-term thinking. Like, you're emotional, and also where your values are at, right? Even before he came on, he didn't even think about what he wanted to say. He didn't put a shirt on, nothing. You can't take these niggas serious when it comes to intellectual conversation. Now, get me wrong. If you are around these niggas physically, this nigga Blueface is doing some serious cripping. Yo, Accent, he's been gang banking like crazy since he got home. Like, bro, nigga, you just got home from jail. Who does this shit? This is classic, man. So anyway, so that's the first part of our story, man. I had wanted to go over that real quick. And also, so like I said before, him liking and celebrating when a nigga comes home from jail for doing whatever crime, nigga, because if you were the victim of an actual crime, in fact, let's say his case, right? Let's say you're not a street ninja at all. Fuck that. Let's say if it's your mother. If your mother is the victim of a crime, you would want some kind of justice for that. You would want the cops to do something somewhere. Or you would want them to be handled somewhere. Let's say you're not a street nigga and your mom's is the victim of a crime. You want something to be done. If you can't do anything about it, you want something to be done. Right? Because they're the victim of a crime. Someone was a victim of your crime, my nigga. No, you should not be celebrated. No, because... What? If people can't follow your steps and follow your moves and be successful, why should you be celebrated? Right? If your daughter bought, like this in this previous video, right? You see him in the video with his daughter. If his daughter, let's say he woke up tomorrow, is 20 years in the future, she's 20 years old. If she bought home a nigga that looked like Blueface, he's gonna go crazy. Okay? He's gonna go crazy. He's gonna be like, oh.
Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I
You know what
You understand?
like,
We need to stay away from these niggas. You understand? Anyway, so now that we got the serious stuff out the way, let's get into the Hazel Lee. The Hazel E. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. Mike Epps had to clarify because I understand he don't want them goons to be on his ass and all that. My bad. He actually did a response video to this. Let's fast forward and check it out. My bad, y'all.
Cars that come out, we should celebrate them. In 2026, they're helping the people that are in the cars that come out. We should celebrate them. In 2026, we should celebrate them. They're out the closet and they're helping the people that are in the cars that come out.
I didn't know that he had this many reactions. My bad, y'all. I thought he was saying something else.
From home party, help dudes actually rebuild their lives. And that's real too. Mike Epps be talking like your uncle at the cookout who already had 3 beers and about to preach for 45 minutes straight. So really it's 2 perspectives. Mike, don't celebrate too early. Blueface, don't stop showing love. And both of them low-key got a point. Of course the internet took to this, man.
And that's why black men can't move forward, because always niggas like this trying to say that, I see both sides. Black men always want to see both sides, and that shit come from you thinking like your fucking mother. Men have to be decisive. Men have to pick a side, okay? Because that's like trying to say that I'm gonna make 2 decisions at one time. If your girl or anyone asks you, what do you want to do, or they're waiting for you to say the word or whatever it is. They want a decisive answer. When you try to see both sides or say it, listen, and it's okay if you do relate or understand, but the idea is that the conversation is about right from wrong. You have to pick who's right. No, he not right. The issue is that in the hood, we even though it's not a whole bunch of us, right? But we censor our community on the women, and the women, the worst women, right? Pretty much the worst of us, because black culture is associated with the worst of us. Black culture is associated with gang culture, the gang shit, right? Black culture is so everything you see Blueface doing right now, the way he's presenting online, the way that he's talking, him having a face full of tattoos and still wanting to be taken serious and wanting to have a conversation with a grown ass man, right? Overall, the stepping over dead bodies conversation is ever prevalent, right? Ever going, right? And you gotta go ahead and just move on from folks like this. You cannot save these people, bro. You can give them the message, you can build with them a little bit, but don't stress yourself thinking that you're gonna change people, bro. Especially a lot of these men. There's always some shit falling off this table. Hold on, y'all. Like, anyway, my bad, y'all. I'm getting distracted. So, anywho, I wanted to play that real quick.
Their lives, and that's real too. Mike F be talking like your uncle at the cookout who already had 3 beers and about to F dropping OG wisdom, Blueface, rooted in pure nonsense and toxicity. Both sides riding their own way. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who you agreeing with more? Team Mike and about to preach before from the grown halfway house.
All right, my bad. I thought they had the clip. My bad. You know what? It's a lot of reaction on me. All right, fuck it. We have more pressing matters to get to. We're already at the 42-minute mark. We gotta get into this shit with Hazel Lee. And Blueface. Hey, first of all, Hazel Lee fucking with Blueface is the funniest shit. No, I'm sorry. Blueface wanting to fuck with Hazel Lee. Now, if you guys know who Hazel Lee, all right. Matter of fact, let's take it back for a quick second. So I first came across Hazel Lee on Love and Hip Hop. Okay. Matter of fact, yeah. Let's do that so we know who we're talking about. Okay. And we got more context to beloved Hazel Lee. Let's see. Okay. So Hazel Lee's storyline in the first season of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood was mostly kind of like it was based around her and Tierra Marine and Masika and so on and so forth. I want to find like a good like compilation. I'm probably going to just let it rock, but I was trying to find a really good. Oh yeah. And I think she was fucking with what's the name too? Young Berg too. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. Let's go through a few moments here. Let's just do it. Fuck it.
Nothing to say. Really? You lucky I don't have to whoop your mother ass in this goddamn tree. Really? You think it's a joke? Good luck. Good luck. Don't try to play me the out. Look at you. Bitch ass. Nothing to say. Really? You lucky I don't have to whoop your mother ass in this goddamn tree. Really? You think
Yo, man, listen, Hitmaker is in rare form. So this is around the time when Hitmaker started becoming Hitmaker, right? And started doing more producing. Yo, Young Berg had so many issues in the beginning of his music career to the point where that nigga stopped rapping and started making beats, and it really worked out for him. So this is around the time when he started kind of becoming like bigger. So Love and Hip Hop Hollywood came out about 2014, I believe. But Hazel Lee has so many moments. So she's supposed to be an artist as well, right? At least that's how she's presented. So a lot of her moments are just like really kind of embarrassing for her. Like she's always getting embarrassed online.
I don't really care, like, at this moment, to try and learn a dance like.
Not so much embarrassed, I'm sorry. She's always having a conversation or confrontation online in a way that makes you just not look at her seriously or take her serious. You know what I mean? I'll put it like that, right? And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, it's really hard to be taken serious when you're not about shit and you don't really have substance, or at least you're not presenting yourself that way. And a lot of it has to do with, yo, you don't live righteously. Like, you're not righteous. What you're not doing what you're doing for a righteous reason. When you self-serving like that, you want to kind of like chasing your tail, because what really what's going on is that you seeing the end game for a lot of millennial women, yo, and younger Gen X women. Because she actually Gen X, because she's 45, so she's Gen X, right? That's a grown ass woman right here. But the women who just made the wrong choices early in life and whatnot, you wind up out here forever. Like, yo, she'll never be in a long term relationship, and she's never never going to be married, right? And but you see, like, now again, this is someone who's able to be in certain circles and whatnot. Listen, all cougars can't get 5 bands from Blueface, okay? For a lot of y'all, it's way more sad and it's way less makeup and budget and no cameras.
Last minute, to me, that's not
You don't want
planning.
to try to
That's
do
not
that
professional.
if you don't want to
No,
try. I am mother professional from day in.
I'm the
I
artist.
do a video for girls.
But you can't get aggressive with the artist.
Get up and get out of them relationships.
Excuse me, get her out.
I'm not gonna get her scene. You're
Get
out
out
of
my
my
seat.
now.
Get out.
No.
Bitch, you just ass out my goddamn seat. Look, bitch. What do you want?
Hazel, I asked you to come and help.
Upset, bitch.
I'm trying to be cool with you. I'm trying to be working with you. Showing up to
My
you didn't even
city.
give me a treatment board. I'm not gonna sit here learn an 8 count last minute in dirt and heels.
Can you drive my this girl? Bitches ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't gotta get ready.
Nah, I don't like this.
Come on.
Like, it's supposed to
Back
be
it
my
up, back it up,
video,
back it
and now you want to have some people. I'm really starting to get mad.
Back it up. We back it up.
Let's be real.
He just started dancing. And listen, she did have some crisp dance moves though, so shout out to that. Let's check out another Hazel Lee fight. Let's check it out. A whole lot of crash outs, a lot of crashing out.
I cannot stand the delusional Hazel E. I got enough drama in my life, sweetheart. And the last thing I
Oh, so this is Brooke Valentine. All right, so Brooke Valentine was on here. She's the girl that had a song back in the day called "Girl Fight."
need is a childish beef with your ass. So I hollered at Hazel E to squash it. If Booby wants to lie on his, that's between him and God. What I am tired of is this little broke bitch Brooke acting like I'm a fake fraud or I'm a phony too.
Finally.
Hello. Order anything you
God damn. It's not how you come to any dinner. You don't come to no dinner with 2 shopping bags. This looks mad confrontational. What you got in the bag, Hazel? What's in the bag, Hazel?
want, tab is on me. I know you have some financial situations forever broke, but
You know where I'm from? We don't throw. We throw these hands. So we just
God damn. Life was, it's crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brick.
come on. Hey, bitch, good luck with that one, homegirl. Come on. Good luck. Come on, Hazel. I know you're forever broke.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand you're broke. but
Okay,
it's
I'm
time.
broke.
You haven't had a hit in 15 years.
So I'm sorry. I'm a little vague on these storylines, but it's definitely over a nigga. So I think his name was Booby Johnson. I think he was like a former basketball player. Anyway, so I'm guessing he was smashing. This is a long time ago. So he was smashing Hazel Lee. So Hazel Lee, that's another thing too. Like, the red pill space puts a more of an accurate label on these kind of women. Because for the most part, Hazel Lee, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm not saying you're a 304, but this is like 304 activity, because like all her storylines are based off of like 304 activity. Even this one. And another thing too, this is my theory about anyone who ever appears on Love and Hip Hop for more than one season. You will wind up in Love and Hip Hop purgatory, and you will live out Love and Hip Hop for the rest of your life. Because right now, what she's doing with Blueface, in this situation with Blueface, this is a Love and Hip Hop storyline, okay? Like, this is all her storylines, all her stories always feel like, yo, she's on the way to getting punched in the face. Like, she's on the way, like she's getting closer and closer to getting punched in the head. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and look at hold on, y'all. Gotta get up. Get out of them relationships. So, all right, so here we are at the story arc of Blueface and Hazel Lee. I'm sorry, and this is not really it ain't that much of a point to this story, but let's get into it.
This is what Hazel Lee said.
I don't understand why the fuck you think you can be done with me, nigga. I'm done with you. You over here being disrespectful as fuck.
So Blueface came online. Hazel had offended this man some kind of way. He came online to let everyone know that he has removed Hazel Lee from the roster. I'll speak more on that later. Go ahead, Hazel.
And fucking trailer park trash all in the lips, taking it, eating second crab legs together. I'm too old. You're a convicted felon. Let's start there. I went low to fuck with you. We can put out the receipts. You bought me flights before. You given me money before. You just sent me 5 bands the other day telling me to stay down.
Yo, chat, is everybody like
that nigga get into the bag, bro? He sent her 5 bands to stay down. It's crazy.
tricking? Or is that tricking? Said Blueface sent him 5 bands to just stay down. Is that tricking? Like, what is that?
So I can put up with your fuck shit? That's not enough. It's really not enough.
Yes, it is. Stop it. Yes, it is.
I'm done. Rather have a young bitch. Yeah, look at what you got. You got a bunch of OF girls, strippers, bitches that live in, back alleys and shit. Your mama called it a homeless shelter. I make you look better. And all I asked was for mutual respect, which I thought we agreed upon. But your old ways are creeping back in because you're feeling yourself. I don't understand why the fuck you think you can be done with me, nigga. I'm done with you. You over here being disrespectful as fuck, kissing fucking trailer park trash all in the lips, taking it, eating second crab legs together.
And then
real quick, before we go any further, it is one of the most pathetic things to see older women try to argue or diss a man that don't want to talk to her no more, and especially when the older woman tries to find a way to issue on younger women. Let me tell you something. Them homeless girls, okay, them trailer park trash girls, if they are younger than 28, I'm sorry, fam. You can't compete with them. If they look good and they're younger than 28, no, man. No. So, I'm going to speculate what I think happened between Hazel Lee and Blueface. Let me tell you something, too. Modern women don't want you to have any of the same benefits they have when it comes to dating. So what she's experiencing is what she's been experiencing, which is like, yo, you deal with a dude that kind of got a little money, right? And he don't want to fuck with you no more. You know what I mean? And whenever you meet older women, let me tell you something. If she 40 years old, fam, and she older, honestly, I mean, it's all cooked, but in particular, it is almost impossible to have a relationship with a older woman because they never got out of their ways. Listen, this is a nigga whose face is covered in tattoos, right? What he's basically saying is, and I heard Kevin Samuels make the same point when people would say to him, why don't you date girls your own age? Because by this point, he made it very clear that he dates younger women, right? And at the time, I didn't understand. See, I didn't really know what was going on. When you understand the monetized date market, shout out to CGA, when you understand that aspect of what's going on in the world, you understand these relationships a lot more. Even to Axe point about, is this tricking? This is how the rest of the world does it. This is how rich men do it. This is how men who have money do it. They pay. They pay for everything. Why not pay for this? I'm like, damn, bro. What's worth more, your peace of mind or that $500, that $400, whatever, right? Like I'm just saying, like, would you rather be in your car getting mad back to back? Because all you niggas that had that situation where you by yourself after you get done arguing with your shorty, where you talking to yourself about what she's doing or what's going on with her, or you thinking out loud and shit like that. I'm like, y'all rather be mad all the time rather than think, bro, just pay your way. Because at the end of the day, if your girl look good, a lot of your girls either got a nigga that can come through and pay their way and pay to get in front of you right now, or she's had a situation before. A lot of women, they'll get maybe at least one, right? And there's some women who make a whole career out of it, where they like to kind of stay within the honeymoon phase type of situation where you don't really get all the way into like a relationship. I mean, because women for the most part can get a lot out of a man before she gives him any booty. She making get 3 days. She making get gifts, all that shit. And we're gonna get to that later on. But anyway, going back to what I was saying about older women, gotta realize, yo, for one, you are expected to have more game, more charm, more of a stronger method to how you get to your madness, right? And what he realized, the same thing that Kevin Samuels realized, was, when people ask Kevin Samuels about why don't you date women your own age, which is that, yo, what's the point of me dating an older woman if she's going to be just as immature as a girl that's 25? If I did a girl that's 25, at least she looks real good, you know what I mean? And she has less attitude. And she's not, she just, again, raising your standards don't mean shit. Even in the beginning. I'm going to tell you something, ladies. If you can hear me, clap twice. Any man that you are with or you get involved with, that is your level. There is no you lower. You didn't lower shit, okay? That man has to come to you and find you. Whatever man is finding you, that's the man you can get. Blueface probably was trying to be freaky and said, all right, well, listen. I love my moms, right? I'm just saying. A lot of niggas who's real close to their mom, yo, they're more comfortable with, like, that cougar dynamic. And he maybe thought, all right, let's see what it's like to be with a mature woman. You know what I mean? And maybe she was charming in the beginning. But what eventually happened was he got up close with her. Now, listen, a woman looks different when she's on camera with a face full of makeup. We don't know how Hazel looked with no makeup on. He's seeing her with no makeup on, and she got a bad attitude. Matter of fact, Hazel, you got kids? Hold on a second. Do Hazel E got kids? I know. What's going on here? Do Hazel E have kids?
According to Love and Hip Hop Wiki, fandom, on October 6, 2019, Hazel got married to Davon Waller and gave birth to their daughter, Ava Dior Waller, on June 15th.
All right, here we go. Boom. All right, so yeah, so he's also a mom too. So we got all that going on. Like, you older, you washed, got a bad attitude, you look crazy with no makeup on, and also again, like, I mean, you move and think like a girl in her early 20s. A lot of people's problems come from, yo, you never grew the fuck up. You didn't mature. Right, I'm gonna put together a whole chart for, like, how do we define maturity. But a few different ways that we define maturity is long-term thinking and being able to practice long-term thinking in everything you do, not just for super serious things. Right, discipline and self-control. One more layer of maturity. Also, self-awareness and compassion, like your ability to understand other people in terms of what are their wants, needs, and desires, and what do they feel about the things that you're saying, or how do they see it, right? Because that's important for relationships. Like, because if you're the kind of person that where it just doesn't resonate with you what people actually want, you're always going to be confused and frustrated with people, or you're always going to be confused about what you're seeing. Like, I was having a conversation, people was talking about jealousy, and a lot of creative people and a lot of artists do this thing where, because of their delusion, they'll arrive at the thought that someone's jealous of them. Now, I've gone through that, but it took me a long time to realize that's what it was. And even then, I still, in my mind, I always feel like whatever's going on in your mind and in your heart, that's on you. That's a personal thing that you have with yourself, and I can't influence that. I can't change that. And it's not really. I always look at it. It's not really about me. Anytime somebody's really going at you and they're really mad at you, or they're trying to make you feel like shit, it's not really about you. It's about something else. It always is, because for someone to go out their way to attack you and make you feel crazy, they're trying to accomplish a specific goal. You understand me? So I know I've dragged on a while about this, but I'm just saying we got to kind of mine this shit out. So and Blueface is probably learning what a lot of older dudes are learning right now, which is, yo, if you got a phone, you got a few dollars, especially if you got dating money in 2025. I'm gonna tell you something right now. One thing I want to say about the dating market becoming more monetized is that, yeah, women trying to pursue an arrangement, even if they don't get it, can still be a problem. But the thing is that it's gonna get nasty because again, the kind of guys who can afford to pay women for sex, or not so much pay, but basically do like a sugar daddy situation. Yo, those guys are very few. That's about, you talking about 1% of the population, about like 1% of men. You know, all right, because you got to think about how many men are really willing to come up, like really come off of, let's say, doing what they call a pay per meet, where you pay every time y'all meet up and whatnot. Not many men want to do that, or even want to do it. I think a lot of men with money will spend money, but again, only 20% of the population, of the male population, makes over 100 grand. Then when we start cutting that down to available bachelors and guys who are younger than 40, that number comes down dramatically. You understand? So I'm just saying, like, it's not but so many guys who could do that. So I always talk about this shit because it's creating a mess when it comes to society in terms of how we see things, how we look at things, how we go about everything. You know. Sorry for going off on a tangent, but I'm gonna play a little more, and I'm gonna play this clip of Hazel Lee meeting Blueface's mother, and Blueface's mother having the appropriate reaction. I he tried to keep it cute because it was on camera, but you can tell that she wasn't feeling the bull, yo.
This was Blueface basically saying she's canceled.
Letting Hazel go from the roster. Hazel B, you are too old to be acting that young. We're done. Dead homies.
He said dead homies.
Nah, I know he's serious. He said dead homies.
I'd rather be with a young bitch. You know what I mean?
Now, the topic of like age constantly keeps coming up from like Kevin Gates and everybody else. Chat, do you consider 45 an old woman? Because I feel like that's not the same parameter we have for men. And I know some of y'all are woke. Me, I understand that there's different perspectives for women and men. For women, I believe after 32, you're getting old, right? Are you an old woman? I wouldn't say that, but like you're definitely in your mature category after 32. That's what I would say. For men, I think you're in your mature category after like 45, right? So it's very different. But I understand that women and men are very different, but some people like to say they're both the same. So I guess I use future age.
And I really don't like that because what that's about is getting a certain, pretty much trying to influence people with delusion, right? Or letting people who are delusional influence the world. Because it's almost the same as like the conversation about trans rights and trans women are actually women and so on and so forth, right? Where it's like I have to have faith in what you're talking about, or believe in what you're talking about, or believe in that concept for us to even have the conversation. Because, for example, let's say if we're talking about trans rights, if I don't subscribe to that at all, if I really do not believe that a man cannot be a woman in any kind of way, then we're not really going to have an actual conversation. We'll be stuck at you're the gender that you were assigned at birth, or even saying that shit, the gender you were assigned at birth. Like that whole language, bro, that really proves how much we're lost. Like we're about to fall the fuck off. Like the trans situation was just a step too far. That was just way too much. It's one thing to say, okay, there's some people who are considered transgender. When we start making them like, how can I say, like first class citizens, or basically kind of like censoring education and society and making this a constant conversation to the point where no nigga, you can't go in the bathroom. Because if you go into a men's bathroom, you are still safe in the men's bathroom because you are also a man. No one's going to kick your ass. No one can do it. Nigga, you bigger than everyone in there. All right, these trans niggas be big, bro. These used to be some big dudes, bro. They not always lady boys. And the lady boys can kickbox. Nigga, that's Thailand. Everyone in Thailand can kickbox at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. Come on now.
Because I always respected your hairline on television.
When you was growing up, I always say like with my dad, right? So my dad is not much older than me. So whenever girls my age or around my age would meet my dad for the first time, it was never, oh, that's a nice guy. It was always, oh my God, I will fuck your dad right now. Because the reaction is always, your father is very sexy. Oh my God, your dad is sexy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, don't get me wrong. I mean, no, thank you for compliment my pops, but that would be so awkward as a young man. But a part of it was, now mind you, these girls was, now mind you, if I'm 20, then my dad is like 35 at this point, right? These girls ain't 28. These girls ain't 30 years old. These girls are 18 years old. Okay, so you know that young women are attracted to older men. If anything, being as though my generation start having kids at an early age, right? And young Gen X women, being as though y'all still outside and everything, y'all have indoctrinated young women to think that something's wrong if an older guy likes her, right? And what it is that, fam, when you was younger, I think I heard CGA make this point about how when women are young, they benefit from the attention of older guys and they enjoy it. Sometimes they get into relationships, sometimes they get married, sometimes they get pregnant, whatever. But almost all women experience the kindness, okay, of an older guy, whether it's finances, information, or just all that shit. But most women have at least one older guy experience or older guy relationship if they dated a bit, right? Usually at least one. So women are very capable of dating a guy that's a lot older. Matter of fact, even like my ex, shoot, she had this nigga that she stayed cheating on me with that was like 20, let me see, 20, over 20 years older than her, like way older than her, like way older. And at the time, I didn't really, I mean, again, I heard Crimson Cure say that women nest, meaning that if there's a problem, they're going to kind of stay. Like it's their instinct to kind of stay, and basically don't change. Basically, don't act because women are not creatures of action plans. Women will do shit, but they won't have an actual positive action plan to solve the problem positively. For the most part, women will stay in. They will stay in the problem and like kind of nest in the drama of the problem. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, I didn't understand why my grandmother would rather like kind of like talk shit about a situation or a person rather than kind of talk to them about what's going on and just move the conversation forward. And that's just who women are. But anywho, so right now Ack is googling age and whatnot. But you know what? Fuck it. We got that much time. We don't move forward again. That's it right here.
Hoping they kind of like clear the air, make some good.
No, not here.
If it wasn't for you and your study habit.
All right, can we get past this? Give me 1 second. Bitch, you finna die. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
here we go.
It's trying to like, oh, I'm holding out the pussy.
So right now, Ack is talking about the delusion of older women. That's another thing too. Like, we have to keep building on what is Blueface talking about when he's saying you're too old to be acting like this. So again, we don't know the specifics, but that's a real serious problem that you have to contend with when you're dealing with older women. Like, just because they're older doesn't mean that they're going to be mature and be on a dean, as they say, right? And also, you may come across an older woman who's playing pussy games. Listen, at my age, I have no time for vagina games. Yo, I told you that story about the other day when I talked to that girl that I met on Hinge. It was the worst conversation I ever had on Hinge. This was the most like relationship-wise autistic person ever. Like the girl she wanted our first conversation to be with her while she's on the phone driving and basically getting her stuff together so she could move to Texas. And I for the most part, I only talked to her because at that point in my life, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kind of just keep going on dates and going out and meeting people and stuff like that to kind of get the energy going, because I do kind of believe that, you can't make a change in your life if you're not in the mix and taking action. Now, I wouldn't really go about that way again, because even when I was doing it, I was aware of the fact that I'm wasting money. I'm not really going to get. I don't necessarily even like these girls like that necessarily, and we just hanging out. And I really don't mind hanging out as long as you a cool date. I don't really mind it. A lot of guys feel like that when it comes to dating. Now, of course, we have more information. So you had to be more cautious because, like, you may be dealing with a girl and she may dead ass have you taking her out and all type of stuff, and she still fucking someone else, or maybe it don't go nowhere. I mean, really, real talk, I never really been on more than one date with. So if we got to a second date, I'm definitely smashing. Matter of fact, you have until the second date to let me know like what we doing. But anywho, that's a sidebar. That's a sidebar. But oh, you know, also that speaking to older women, right? Because that brings me to like a story I have about. There's a girl I went out with one time. My name was Jay. You know what I mean? And I mean, she was for the most part cool. She was alright. You know what I mean? Oh, she was okay to look at. And she was someone that you really couldn't. Even when me and her went out, because she just so happened to have a free night because the way her schedule was, like she didn't really have time to like really meet with anyone or be around people. And you know, her whole vibe gave very much like kind of like divestiture vibe or former divestiture vibe. But anyway, she was alright. So the point I'm getting to was about maturity. Now at that time I was 30, I was going on 34, and she was already 30. I think she was 36 or 38, but she was older than me, right? When I tell you that this girl was not more mature than me at all. Like I remember her telling me about, yeah, you know, when it comes to my job, I'm late every morning, but once I get there, I'm ready to do an amazing job. That statement alone said so much and spoke volumes to how you see the world, how you show up in the world. First of all, women don't set no standards for themselves when it comes to things that actually matter. When it comes to being professional, when it comes to being a good friend, being a good daughter, being a good girlfriend, being a good wife, shit like that, right? And when she said that, and I forgot, I had said something to her, and I forgot what it was. It was something about, I think I made a comment about how people who are creatives, I think it was something to the effect of like their earning potential. Now, what she was, I think I was talking basically about people who have creative fields, basically like niggas who rap, sing, whatever it is, right? I think I was talking about like how far you can get with that financially, and she started kind of going into, oh, well, I know a lot of people who are creative people and they're successful, and it's like women always do that shit, and what it really is that it's her instinct to sabotage or distract you. Y'all don't know if you realize or not, but a lot of conversations you have, especially with black women, she'll spend time trying to sabotage you and distract you from the point or the original point. And what they'll always do is, well, I know, or well, you don't know. Like they'll do that type of shit rather than speaking to what's most likely to happen, what's actually going on, and what's the most common occurrence and everything. And because what they'll hear in their mind or what they argue against is, well, hold on now, it sounds like you're making a sweeping statement, making a general statement. It's like, yo, we can't have a conversation about people without making general statements. So it was like that. So I bring her up because this was someone who had 2 kids. They were 4 years older than me, right? And like she said like several things that were just like, not terrible, but it was like it wasn't positive. It wasn't charming, and it didn't speak to her being very intelligent or having common sense. But anywho, let's go ahead and watch this reaction or this footage of Blueface's mother finding out how old Hazel E is, which is very, very embarrassing.
Bitch, you finna die. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
you finna die is crazy.
You're not 22. You're 22, be like, oh no, you can't fuck on the first date. All right, bet. Bitch, you're 45. Like, shorty, you're like 20 seconds away from menopause.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, stop playing with me, man.
Bust it down.
What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Good that you've had your shirt.
Very good to go. Family out. All right. Blue and Hazel.
So again, this is Blueface Mama. This is Hazel Lee. Like the other day, because they only went out for like 20 days. So like the other day. And yeah, here we go.
Blue and Hazel. Things have been going strong ever since we seen y'all at Meme House Productions at the event. You know, how are things going with y'all?
Great.
Going good.
How things going?
I think they're going pretty good.
She be tripping sometimes though, you know.
Tripping? What she be doing?
Unfollowing me.
Oh, she unfollowed you? It was probably after that interview we did with you the other day, you know? Carlissa, what? You
I
said
didn't say anything.
You said you had
That was not disrespectful. Don't even look at me.
You were very...
Culture Vibe apologize to my boy.
Respectful, but you said you had a problem with the age difference. You didn't realize that Hazel was 45.
Jeez, you guys are
I think I was just kind of caught off
like
guard. I was
that.
caught off guard. You said she was like, you know, almost 40-ish.
We're still there.
Oh, so that Blue originally told you that, and that's why you kind of were
He
going on.
just didn't say she was 45, I guess.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the thing about women, bro. This is why, like, you gotta get, like, settled at a certain point. Yo, she's 45, keeps getting weaponized against her.
I'm just saying.
This is Blueface's mom, 53. This is Blueface's girlfriend, 45. Blueface is 28.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm 53.
What's the problem?
That's my sister. She calling me mom.
So, Carlissa said...
call you mom.
I mean, and Act makes a really good point. He said that at that time I didn't realize what he was saying. What he was saying was, this is why you gotta settle down and get married, because like, yo, this looks bad. This looks corny as hell. Like, you sound crazy. Yo, Blueface is 28 years old. And don't get me wrong. I know a part of it is that, yo, the nigga outside shining. You understand? You know, he doing this thing. You know what I mean? He throwing that bread around, right? But image-wise, right? And not only that, realistically, moving forward, like, when we hear these conversations, I think also, too, we got to also redefine how you hear the word girlfriend and what that really means. Let me tell you something right now. You're going to start seeing me with mad girlfriends, okay? I'm calling them all my girlfriends. But guess what, nigga? Nigga, I'm paying, okay? I'm paying. We got an arrangement. We got something special going on. You understand? That's what I'm doing. Okay? So, and I say that because dudes like this, girlfriend does not mean that we are about to get married or something like that. That just means that, yo, I'm kicking it with you primarily, and I'm fucking on you primarily. You know what I'm saying? So, there's that.
I didn't know you was 45.
Oh, okay.
But I'm okay with it now. I'm getting comfortable.
You said I didn't look it though.
You need to take them bitches
So basically, she's kind of like taking credit for like getting them on TMZ.
back to the pound, okay? You messing with a big dog, okay? Real golden retriever shit over here, okay? Get into it, bitch. And another thing, that golden retriever shit, it was cute, but I co-signed it, my nigga. Top news team.
I'm getting my glass out.
You can't just rip it like that.
So she posted like, remember when she Krishan hit Blueface in the head with a Hennessy bottle?
I'm not ripping it. I'm getting it out.
Alright. And then there's some text messages between her and Blue. Blue says, shut up.
Mind your business. Don't indulge when I gangbang. It's always worth it. I'm just looking out. You got it. Yeah, you can't look out on no crib shit. Stay in your place. Sick run LA, and that's that. Okay, I get that. I care about your freedom, but you got it. Say less, I'll be the bad guy. I know and love you for that, but where I'm from will never be. Where I'm from will never be hitting. So just know it's nonsense. No.
Mind your business. Don't indulge when I gangbang. It's always worth it. She says, I'm just looking out. You got it. Blue says, yo, you can't look out on no crip shit. Stay in your place. Schoolyard crip run LA, and that's that. She says, okay, I get that. I care about your freedom, but you gotta say less. I'll be the bad guy. I know and love you for that, but where I'm from will never be hidden. So just know it's non-negotiable. So basically, he's telling Blueface been out, and I'll give you the backstory behind that. Blueface been out and been gangbanging like a motherfucker. Like some shit happened recently, right? And Krishan Rock tried to enter a venue and got denied. And she got denied, and Blueface basically put out a message saying, yo, you were with some other gang members, because Blueface and Krishan don't get along. And Blueface is saying, I'm with the schoolyards, and you couldn't get up in here because schoolyards run LA. So there's like a whole gang politics going on.
They're being denied entry in.
Yeah, we came first and we left. We came first and we left. We seen that looking over and shit, hiding. Then he wait till he get inside. He wait till he get inside. and say, oh, denied entry. No, bitch, we left. What the I got paid. I didn't get the pay. Like, what? You can't pay me to be around some clowns for too long. I came, got my payment, got that wire, gone. Out of there, out of there. What are you talking about? Weird ass nigga. I'm getting off here.
The next day.
Yo, what's up?
Who are these niggas? I cry.
What's up? One thing I'm gonna say, let me do this big one with this hotel. Well, this suite, what's this? It's like a mansion at an apartment building. I mean, at a hotel, like a mansion in a hotel. I got a mansion as a room. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, you know, it's so funny because
I'm gonna jump ahead.
I think what
After these little events, come with 20 and been a lot.
then for it. I think that's
I'm gonna close out with this thing right here. I think Wack made a really good point. It's kind of not too much related to Blueface, but about black men, and it comes to how you understand leadership. Understand that woman, I don't care what she's telling you, what you feel about her, she's not your leader. So this situation right here that Ax about to get into about the whole, pretty much what Blueface been getting into, he's about to get into the situation right where Blueface was at a venue and he basically did a no-fly zone on Krishan and Wack 100. Now Wack 100 is known to indulge. We don't know how true it is, but Wack 100 is saying she came in with 20 blood niggas. Now, what Wack 100 is saying is that y'all came in there behind that girl, trying to hold that girl down, not knowing that it was niggas across the street watching, and they had to drop on you. In general, a lot of y'all niggas gotta realize that, yo, no one's coming to save you, yo, and the girl can't never be your leader. You don't never ever follow behind no woman, because if that shit would have went left, you know what I mean?
see it on here too. Here we go.
Man, been a long night. We had to go do that Zoop shit. The bitch Krishan showed up with 20 bloods at the door. Man,
If you love me, let me get your body. Who are these niggas?
But I think tonight was a real reality check for her. See, I usually don't go out to these little events.
Body
Tom
decision.
told me to go
Bitch,
out.
I've been trapping.
You know,
I'm like,
the crazy part about it is, she at the front door, I guess she called herself finna make a statement. So I said, all right, Wack, what decision you gonna make? You done already out thought, and you're seeing your streets is watered down because 20 niggas in a lot of delusional drag them to the front door, knowing that it's a possibility Wack may be on the site. So either I work my hand and embarrass her in front of these people, or I'll push the button, tell them niggas that's across the street looking at them, and hurt some of my homeboys behind this bitch that don't matter. So, man, been a long night. We had to go do that Zoop shit. The bitch Krishan showed up with 20 bloods at the door. And this bitch showed up with, I just chose to embarrass her. And they said, you're denied entry. I'm part of Zeus. We don't give you part of, you ain't coming to the bill now. And I'm sitting there telling myself, you have no idea that across the street is staring at you, right? So y'all really following behind her. I gotta give it to her. Really got niggas following behind, but see, you can't follow behind a broad. I just chose to embarrass her. And they said,
So there's that. All right, bro. Let's take a quick break, man. Get that Wi-Fi together, baby. Here we go again. You ready? Oh, man. Where am I joining at, man? What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Top it up for yourselves, man. So we gonna stay the course, man. We gonna get into this simp activity, bro. So we're gonna start here to keep things simple. So I came across this video earlier. So I'm gonna show this video and then we'll move on pretty quickly. So the whole point is about how women really be sabotaged. Like, I really been getting into this whole topic of I feel like it's women's natural nature to sabotage. I think a part of it is they have a curiosity for seeing what's going to happen next, and this. I think the this curiosity in general is behind a lot of these decisions, and also this is female leadership too. Keep telling y'all, we are living in the aftermath of several generations of female leaderships by way of single mother-led households. So this nail tech, all right, who probably got a lot of colorful opinions. You understand? Somebody who thought Kamala Harris, all right, and her vast ineptitude was a good candidate. I'm sorry. I had to throw that shot, man, because I know she woke. But even she said, ma'am, you are wilding. So this woman brought in her 9-year-old son to get nails done. I'm sorry, to get his nails done. Not a manicure. I always forget which one is which, but not a mani-pedi. Not to clean his hands or cut his fingertips. I'm sorry, his fingernails. No, to get this nigga's nails done. I'm gonna let her tell her story.
We went back and forth, but at the end of the day, respect is respect, and we respected each other.
Hold on,
9-year-old boy getting acrylics will never be okay in my chair. Sad to say that I just had to turn away a client because she wanted to get her 9-year-old son's nails done. And I know and I understand that in today's times, people are who they are, but a 9-year-old boy getting acrylics will never be okay in my chair. I'm so sorry. I had to have words. We went back and forth, but at the end of the day, respect is respect, and we respected each other, and she respected my space.
Who are these niggas? I cried over it. You know what I'm saying? We need to stay.
You are accompanied by an adult, and I will no longer be doing, not press-ons, I'm sorry. I will be no longer doing acrylics for anyone underneath that age as well. 9 years old, a boy, Frenchies. Absolutely not. Never will happen in my case. We have to think about, guys, people are offing themselves because of being bullied at school. If I put acrylics, because for some reason she just wasn't understanding this, if I put acrylics on your 9-year-old son's nails and he goes to school and he can't just rip those things off, it'll be a mess. If he goes and get bullied, he might come and despise me in the next couple of years, and he will never forget me. He will never forgive me because it happened at such a young age and he doesn't know anything about forgiveness. Like, it gets to a point, man. And I'm not in this chair as much as I used to be, thank God. But I do know the clients that I will and will not take. And that's something I just will not accept. And I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I understand that she was just trying to be a good parent and support her child. And I do.
How are you supporting your child by putting nails on them? Listen, let me tell you something. In the way, fan, that's grooming. You're grooming your child for that. And again, whatever their sexual orientation is, that's on them. That's their lifestyle and whatnot. But to a certain degree, like, no, she wasn't trying to do the right thing. This is a thing that she was encouraging. At the end of the day, you know it's not masculine for no boy or no man to walk around wearing anything a woman wears. It's the same thing with the bonnets and men wearing bonnets. Let me tell you something. If you are wearing a bonnet, that tells me a lot about where your resolve is at, all right? Where you are in your masculine awareness and masculine expression, because it should bother you to wear something that girls wear. That don't look good when girls wear it. You look like a fucking dickhead. You out in public. And not only that, you niggas be looking like you know you wrong. And listen, next time we see a nigga with a bonnet on, look him in his eyes. He gonna look away, bro. He gonna look away because he know he wrong. And the mother of this child, you know you wrong. The fact that your long-term thinking says, you know what, I should go put nails, French tip nails on my son's hands at 9 years old. If he want to play with his nails and shit, I know the boys is painting their nails black and shit like that. He want to play with his nails, that's on that. I'm sorry, that's on them. But you taking that boy to get his nails done like a girl, you're not a good parent. Because you're not really letting them arrive at that on their own. and letting that be their identity on their own. That's another thing too. But like, yo, when kids are at all queer, mothers do this, or queer or just different at all. Mothers do this thing where it's again sabotage. If there's no man there, your mother's going to sabotage you. She's going to teach you things that are not helpful in the real world. Right? Like we just seen with Blueface, right? Yo, the fact that not only has that nigga survived, but that nigga, fam, and also that shit always also builds on the fact of, I'm sorry, builds on the, no, yeah, we can say that, on the fact that women really like men that they can control, men who are not smart, and men that whom like they know they never gonna be shit. And like Blueface is like a really special case because he has like the behavior of that kind of guy, but he got money and influence. You know what I'm saying? But yo, he does all the nigga shit. Yo, he gang bang, he go to jail, right? He celebrate jail. Matter of fact, and then he came home and doubled down and basically said, I didn't learn shit. I didn't see me going to jail as a negative thing. Hey, I got locked. Nigga, like, bro, you hurt somebody, bro. y'all hurt someone. You was in a shooting. That's not normal, my nigga. All right? Like, so for your kids, if your kids was in the same situation, you co-sign that? Come on, man. Come on, man. My name Manir, man. You understand? Hold on, man. I don't even do nothing, man. Come on.
You don't even do nothing.
You don't do nothing.
What the?
And also, again, with communication, what the young lady also wants to say is that shit is gay. I'm not doing that gay shit. I'm not saying anything wrong with being gay, but we have gotten to where like that has become a whole play for women. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy how influence works. Even having proximity to someone you can influence them, they can influence you, right? And I feel like a lot of things just start with one person seeing one person do something. Like, for example, if you're in the supermarket these days, somehow all throughout the nation, people have decided from now on they're going to drag the cart from the front, and then which in turn makes the move way slower, right? Then they take up 2 lanes of traffic in the supermarket, and it just creates it's just a big fucking mess. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, again, you have to move around them and shit. They move because they don't realize they're moving slower, and they're constantly looking behind them doing this. I'm like, my nigga, how about you just push the shit then, nigga?